History remembers queens by the men they married, the dynasties they served, the silence they obeyed. But history struggled to understand a woman who refused to love her husband because her heart already belonged to someone else. Her name was Mirabai, and her love story was unlike any other. Mirabai was born around the year 1498 into a royal Rajput family of Rajasthan. From a very young age, she showed an intense devotion to Krishna. According to popular belief, she was once given a small idol of Krishna when she was still a child. That idol became her companion. She spoke to it. She sang to it. She treated Krishna not as a distant god, but as a living presence. Even as a child, Mirabai's devotion was not symbolic. It was personal. As was customary in royal families, Mirabai was married at a young age. She became the wife of Bhoj Raj, the crown prince of Mewar. By royal standards, this was a respectable marriage. Status, security, honor. But Mirabai entered the palace with a heart already devoted elsewhere. Historical records tell us very little about the personal relationship between Mirabai and Bhoj Raj. What historians broadly agree on is this. Bhoj Raj died young, possibly due to illness or injuries related to warfare. The marriage appears to have been short-lived. There is no solid evidence that Bhoj Raj was cruel to Mirabai. In fact, many scholars believe that during his lifetime her devotion was largely tolerated. He may not have shared her faith, but there is no proof that he tried to destroy it. Their relationship, as history suggests, was likely emotionally distant, not openly hostile. Everything changed after Bhoj Raj's death. As a young royal widow, Mirabai was expected to withdraw from public life, live in restraint, accept silence as virtue. Instead, she sang. She refused to give up her devotion. She refused to disappear behind palace walls. Her loyalty was not to custom. It was to truth. It was after her husband's death that Mirabai's devotion became a problem. Not because she was immoral, but because she was uncontrollable. The royal family of Mewar expected obedience. Mirabai offered surrender only to Krishna. Later, traditions say she was mocked, threatened, and pressured to conform. Some stories claim poison was sent to her to silence her devotion. These events cannot be fully verified, but they survived in memory because they represented a woman who refused to bend. Mirabai did something unthinkable for a royal woman of her time. She left the palace. She chose the life of a wandering devotee. She sang in temples. She sang in public spaces. She sang among saints and common people. She erased the boundaries between queen and devotee. Her poems spoke of longing, of surrender, of love that demanded everything. To Mirabai, Krishna was not metaphor. He was presence. Mirabai did not reject marriage because she hated it. She rejected it because she refused to live a life without honesty. Some love stories end in union, some end in sacrifice. Mirabai's love ended in freedom. Mirabai's final years remain uncertain. Some traditions say she disappeared into a temple in Dwarka. Others say she spent her last days singing and teaching devotion. History cannot confirm the moment her life ended. But her voice never did. Her poems are still sung today, not because she was a queen, but because she loved without compromise. Mirabai did not belong to her husband, to her palace, or to her crown. She belonged to her truth. And perhaps that is the bravest kind of love history has ever known. History remembers queens by the men they married, the dynasties they served, the silence they obeyed. But history struggled to understand a woman who refused to love her husband because her heart already belonged to someone else. Her name was Mirabai, and her love story was unlike any other.